How much can BigBear.ai grow in the future? You look at the stock price in recent months has increased over 160%. An amazing return. And the market cap is only 1 billion, so it's still small. And if you compare BigBear.ai or BBAI with other ETFs related to AI, you can see that all are up. Year to date, over or close to 4%. Now, to find out the answer, how much can BigBear.ai grow in the future, you have to ask some important questions. And the first question is, who are their customers? What's their market? And if you read the report of BigBear.ai, you'll find out that the majority of the revenue is derived from federal government contracts. And then you ask the next question, which department? You can see here, the Department of Defense. And if you look closer, if you read more about, you can see that the budget for Department of Defense is about, over 800 billion, 842 billion. And if you look at the revenue of BigBear.ai, you can see that for the last 9 months was about 114 million here in thousands. 114 million. So their customer is a big one. They have a lot of money. And if BigBear.ai can sign more deals, new contracts, they can take more from this budget of Department of Defense. Of course, they can't get all that money, but a portion of that money, they can get it. It may be a few million in revenue, as you can see, 100 million, or it may be even more, 1 billion, 2 billion. And if that happens, if they sign a contract with over 1 billion in revenue, then BigBear.ai will continue to grow. There is no doubt. But you also have to ask yourself, what's the probability that will happen? And you can also see their customers. They have a list with the main customers, customer A, B, C, D, E, and others. And you can see their percentages here. But you have to be aware that those customers are related all to the government. They might have partnerships with different agencies, government agencies, but majority of the revenue is derived from the government. You have to understand that. So for the moment, the revenue of this company, BigBear.ai, depends on the Department of Defense. If this department decides to close its contracts with BigBear.ai, that will be a huge hit for this company. The revenue will go down. But if you read more about BigBear.ai, what they do here, they generate AI by providing their customers AI, decision intelligence solutions, and services for data ingestion, data enrichment, data processing, artificial intelligence, machine learning, predictive analytics, and predictive visualization. So, as this company provides high-tech services, this will be quite a need for the Department of Defense. And I don't think that they are likely to cut their contracts. Maybe they'll reduce it, or they won't sign other deals, but the revenue from this area, it seems stable. All you have to follow is if BigBear.ai can attract more money from the government to sign new contracts and increase their revenue. If you read more about their technology, you can see that they have a platform called Conductor OS, which helps the Department of Defense and its agencies. Now, beside this big customer, Department of Defense, if BigBear.ai can attract other customers, private customers, and increase the revenue, develop their products, then there will be another opportunity for BigBear.ai. So they have more ways to make money. It all depends on them, if they can succeed to do that. to convince their customers that their services, their platform are worth buying. Another thing you have to ask about this company is who owns it. And if you search more, you'll find that AE Industrial Partners owns 57% of the common shares. And of course, this AE Partners is owned by Aero Equity, which is controlled by Michael Green and David Rowe. So these two people control this company, BigBear.ai. You have to know this because they can do anything. They might sell the company, they might try to divest it, or continue their investment to gain more contracts with the government and also the enterprise customers. And that will be a huge opportunity for this company. Now, the downside of BigBear.ai is the following. You have to know that their debt is close to 200 million and the interest they have to pay is about 6% a year. And be aware that their debt is convertible notes. This means that the holders of this debt can convert their debt of 200 million into shares. More precisely, 18 million. And if you look at the number of shares of BigBear.ai in the last years, you can see that this number has increased from 100 million to over 250 million. So the dilution is quite high. And this is a problem if they don't achieve profitability. You see the increase in revenue last quarter. Of course, for the last 9 months, the growth rate was flat, quite a small decline here. And if you look at net income, you see in the last 9 months a huge loss over 150 million. So to continue their operations, to provide the services to the government and other possible customers, they have to come up with new funds, which they will get from their debt. Here, they might issue another debt, other notes, and also from issuing more shares. This is more convenient. As the market cap is 1 billion, they can raise more money from investors, especially at this high price, over $4. They can issue more shares at this price and get more funds for free, quite for free. But of course, this is bad for current shareholders. Now, if BigBear.ai succeeds to improve its operations, reduce their losses, attract more customers, not only from the government, but also from enterprise environment, then BigBear.ai will do well in the future. The revenue will increase, they will reduce their losses, and maybe they can become profitable. But till then, you have to be very careful. The risk is quite high. And about the opportunity with the enterprise customers, if they can succeed to attract some enterprise customers, you have to be aware of the competition. They have their platform, they provide security, supply chain management, and digital identity, and you have to assess how they compete with other companies. With the government, it's much easier once they sign the contract. They have a predictable future. But with enterprise customers, that won't be that easy. They have to compete efficiently. So you have to follow this company. It's not a sure winner, a sure bet right now if you decide to invest in this company, because the risk is quite high, but you can follow it closely. And when you see more deals, more contracts, they expand their contracts with the government and they also gain more enterprise customers, then that's a good sign that BigBear.ai is doing well. And of course, pay attention to this massive dilution and look at their profits, if they can reduce their losses and increase their revenue. So that's it for this video. And if you have other questions, please let me know in the comments.